Hi, everybody. This is Allison from AllyKat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, a connectodon, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description. You could check out my artwork at AllyKatCreations211.com, where you can see pyramids and all the things that I create. If you're interested in any of that, please email me. Best way you can get in touch with me. And then I have memberships on this channel at a 3D level where you can basically support me that way. Members get entries to raffles that I do, giveaways, and eventually I'm going to have private Zooms for Paint and Sips and Craft and Sips, where just a community of us come together and create. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you check out the channel members. Hi, Scott. How are you? I am apologizing to all of you because I announced at 4:30 Central I was going to go live. My cousin called um, because of what happened this morning, and he didn't get off of the phone until like 4:45. So I do apologize about that. Um, so today, hi Ashmaya. So today so for every one of my cats that passes away, I make a lot of crafts. And then in the cat room, I have to put up a shelf when his ashes are delivered, and I have his urn on the way. Because the urn that they give you at the vet is yucky. Hi, Charlene. So I make a lot of crafts for the cats that pass in my life. So I'm going to be starting a craft today for Odin. So I'm fine I'm just tired. And then on top of that, okay, I get up at 4:45 in the morning to find Odin not okay, and then try to, warm him up and get him breathing and all that stuff. And he passed at 6:45 this morning. And then I had to wait to take the poor thing to the vet to get looked at. Obviously, they because it's a rare thing, they wanted to look to see. And then by the time I got home, my water was on, fine, running, no problem. And I about 1 o'clock, like 2:50, the water was starting to like not have so much pressure. So I upped the heat in my house, and I put some heaters up against the walls. And now I don't have water pressure at all. Um, so this is gonna be fun if I have more cracked pipes somewhere. I'm praying that it's not that, and that is just below 20 degrees here, and it will come back on. Maybe there's a problem in my area. I'm really praying because I cannot not have water. So I don't have water pressure right now in the house. Like, I'm freaking out on that. Yeah, last night I got no sleep. When I did sleep, he's already on his way out. Ah! Hi, Sparky. Hi, Cab. Hi, everybody. So yeah, I'm like, okay. I got to cross him over. That's my gift I have. I can cross things over. I'm just upset. What really upsets me is he was 3. And this is the third cat in the third year that I had to well, he naturally died. My other cat, Taffy, naturally died. and not naturally in a good way. Like I would rather have put him to sleep, but that wasn't an option. Um, Ethan and Morgan I had to put down. So this is the fourth cat, but the third in 3 years, and he's only 3, and I only had him 6 months. So that's really what is eating me up. But like soul contract, his was over, and I hope that I was the one that he wanted to send him off. I don't know. So I'm gonna paint all of this today. And because his original name was Heartsy, I'm gonna put a heart and then do his name. But then I'm not, we'll see how far along I get because I have to print pictures and that might be noisy. So we'll see. And then like a jerk, well, no. I got his pot. I have a whole package of like stamp pads. You can put kids make fingerprints for the kids or animals. So I did that this morning. So I got his paw prints. Source really needs to like my higher self. I screamed at my higher self about 7 o'clock this morning, screaming like something has to give. Something has to give. Um, I'm thankful that I unfortunately didn't catch what this, like the vet said to me at the vet today. This came on so fast and it mimics so many different things that she's like, how the hell would you know unless he's presenting something serious? And then by the time you figure it out what it is, like it's either they're going to persevere and get through it or the virus is going to eat them. And unfortunately, um, I caught it too late because animals do get the common cold, which is what mutated within him. And they sneeze, they cough, they're a little, the little tired, they're more like sleepy, and then like a few days later they're fine. For him, it just looked like it was presenting as depression. Um, he was eating, he was pooping, he was drinking, everything was fine. Um, I noticed he was lethargic, but just more, I mean, he was moving around, so it wasn't anything like he got hurt because I checked him. Stomach wasn't like extended like it was. So I just kept an eye on him. Um, and then at that point, I'm like, okay, I just keep an eye because I don't have, I thankfully, thanks to this community of beautiful souls, um, people came through financially for me. But if Freya has a sneeze, yes, now I'm going to take her to the vet only because I don't need that happening to her. Um, that's the sucky part. I don't have night terrors. Um, no, no night terrors. Um, I just know that the last few nights I haven't really been sleeping because I've been watching him. But, you know, yeah, I never heard of it either. I've heard of FIV, which is the other virus that we, can attach a thing to it. But I never heard of it. And then when she gave me the paper, like she printed out a whole thing for me. Because then I obviously today I was like, okay, do I need to be concerned about Freya? Because she's whatever he had, she's been exposed to for now a week or however long this was incubating in him. I don't know. Um, Hi, Amy. So I don't know how long he's had this or if something triggered in his immune system to like mutate it. I don't know how that happens. Um, so I asked her today, I'm like, what do I do with like everything he's touched? Like even for myself, do I need to like bleach my house? And I'm allergic to bleach, but I will use it if need be. And she goes, no, don't get fright, calm down. If she starts sneezing or anything, like bring her in, we can test her and then treat her, but I wouldn't go crazy. Okay. But in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I am going to I went on Amazon. I went to the store to get water because I put water from a jug in my coffee maker. Thank God I did that because my water isn't on right now. Great. So I'm glad I got water and I went out looking for cat litter and a box, a smaller litter box. And I didn't see anything I wanted or liked. And litter is really, 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 really overly priced in some of the stores. So I'm like, okay, it's below 20 degrees. It's freezing. I'm going home. And after I unloaded, I went on Amazon, got the urn. It's not really an urn, it's a box. And I could put his picture in it. And I got a box and a new one because I have two litter boxes. I interchange because I go clean them. And I got a new one and I got different litter. And this is only because I don't want germs. So, like right now, yeah, that's what I found out, Charlene, that it's not contagious, but in through it's like fecal. So last night I put the last, this is why I had to go get litter. Well, now it's going to be delivered. I put the last of what I had litter wise in a like a cardboard box with a lining for her to use because I was freaking out last night when I found out everything and scrubbed a lot of things down already. I'm just happy that it isn't necessarily contagious. I just don't need her to whatever. I just being like an overprotective mommy at this point because I don't want to lose her. She's precious, just like he was. Um, and she's hanging in, she's being sassy and, being extra cuddly with me. So that's a plus. That's a huge plus. But sorry I'm late coming on. My cousin from New York called me um to ask me how everything is and what's going on. Then my dad in Albany, Georgia sent me pictures. Like he doesn't care my cat died because I said, great, Dad, it's snowing by you. Yay! Enjoy it. You got my weather. I'm not amused, Dad. And he didn't say, like, I'm sorry for your loss or nothing. Even though it's not a loss. I don't see death as a loss. Oh, fudgicles. Me need more white. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I went on a couple of sites before, like I did yesterday's video. Um, just to cover my basis. And I did call a bunch of other vets the other day. Like yesterday was batshit crazy. Like after I brought him home with the news that like, okay, like he has some hope. We're gonna like order a treatment. It's gonna take a few days. Um, I called two other vets in this area that's closer to me and asked them price wise what they would charge and like what their opinions are of this. And all of them said relatively the same thing and charged about the same price. So I'm happy I stuck with the vet that I normally go to, which Jason Q takes his cats to. Um, I have nothing bad to say about this vet. So happy with them. Don't really have a problem with them. Um, it could be, but it's just his immune system reacting to a virus that mutated, like caused all that fluid to come in, and then overnight it hit his, instead of just staying in his belly, it went up to his lungs and to his heart. And that at that point, there's really not much you can do. And they did drain him yesterday. Like she showed me a lot of the syringes of the material that came out of him, and that I thought, okay, so she did all of this. She put him on a steroid, like they injected him and everything with a bunch of stuff. So he might make it the next few days. I went and ordered a whole bunch of stuff that I now had to go and call and cancel. But we'll see what happens, but for anybody that loses an animal, it sucks. That sucks. I'm used to it, sadly. I said that to my cousin just on the phone because he's cousins with, he's my mother's cousin. And I said, I'm used to this shit, sadly. But I know they're not dead. I know that he's transcended. He'll be human. He'll be the next army of humans coming in, and um he'll always be with me. He chose me for a reason. I chose him. Yeah, so I during the day going and figuring out life, um New Orleans had a blizzard or blizzard conditions. I mean, for them that's a blizzard. They got like 10 inches of snow down there. Like I was lucky like one snow event here, I got 3 inches. I mean, here it's worse because of the wind chill. Like right now, what is it? It's -1 and it real feel is -19. Like my father is in Albany, Georgia, and he's like, "Oh, it's snowing. Look at the dog. Have fun with that, Dad. Do you have a shovel?" I was only being an asshole to be an asshole to be an asshole. But I know there's a lot. I have a lot of family in the South, so I hope everybody is like equipped. Don't go out, don't drive. And if you do drive, pretend you got Granny's soup in your lap, and you're gonna drive very carefully with that soup in your lap so it doesn't spill. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for your prayers and your kindness, your financial kindness and gestures, because that, unfortunately I can't, he's gone. But that did help me with the cremation, and yesterday's bill was pretty extensive. So I do thank everybody that helped me out in that way because my gosh, nothing's cheap. And I am now praying, I'm putting it up to the universe that I don't have a bursted, I already have one bursted pipe that I never got fixed, and I'm thinking that's what the issue is. But that's also like a $1,500 job I don't have, and that one pipe should not be affecting the rest of my house. It's like a separate source. So I had water this morning, and then this afternoon. So now I have to figure out bathroom situation, washing dishes situation. And obviously I could not wash the litter box because I don't have water. So right now I'm just getting this all white. My house is 60 something years old. It's from 1959 and the area itself is old. So I don't know the town's history of changing pipes underneath the street. One can imagine I'm not the only one and I know a couple of people that said like they don't have water right now. Not in my town, but all over the place. But right now I have a heater underneath my sink, and that's been on since 3 to 4 days now. I don't keep it on all day, but I do keep it on at night. And when I'm at work, I put it on the lowest setting because I don't need a fire. But I also don't need frozen pipes. And I have the one that it's on that usually sits under my desk is now up against my down here wall, heating that up. So whatever the problem is with my water, I'm praying it's nothing. I mean, I do have homeowners insurance, but I don't know what they cover when it comes to plumbing. And then I have to see. Because of course, when you go and look on the website and stuff, they said their calls are only emergency only, and that's for water main break service. It's too cold to come out to your house. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know I could have a better day, but I'm making it better by doing artwork and doing meaningful things. And thank you all for joining me in that meaningful thing. I want to celebrate his life as best as possible, because that's what we should be doing, is celebrating life, even when there is transition. Hi, Buckshot. How are you guys? So I can let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Just a little bit. I had I have a friend. It's like more of an acquaintance, but I went to high school with her, and I think I said this on here, but I didn't really go into detail. She was doing the transportation for the inauguration. Um, and she got to go to the ball, and I got to see some pictures. Swanky, swanky. A little jealous. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. But I think my friend, because I private messenger, and obviously they're watching, so she wouldn't have been able to answer me anyway. I said, is your buses for a specific type of transport to bars and people that do handcuffs? And she didn't answer me. Obviously, she couldn't. I don't think that was her transport, but you're in DC, you got to be in unanimous and disguised. Thank you, Backshot. Yeah, I'm making my hot water tank is like I have heat. My furnace runs off of water. So I have heat in the house. It's just I don't have water pressure. In the house right now. So yeah, it's white. It's I'm gonna do a black heart because that's what he was. He had a black heart. So that those pictures are pretty cool. And then I sent a few to JQ. I'm like, I don't know if there's anything in here that you could probably maybe use one day to code or just have fancy at it. So I did that. And now that they've said 47 and 45, 47, possibly 46 is in office. Um, I think I don't know who's really good at writing said letters, but we need to as a team here, we all need to come together to draft. I named it and it was pretty good. Let me go find it. I messaged Gina earlier today. I'm like, the WeNotMe Jason Q archive offline library needs to be recognized. Because it's a distraction, Scott. It's a big distraction. So if we as beautiful human minds with beautiful vocabulary, I know mine sucks, but if there's anybody out there that could draft something that all of us could share and email to the White House for the WeNotMe Jason Q archive offline library, because not everybody knows about the plan. We should be able to get somebody or come all together and write it together and then email it out for the 14.1K people that watch Jason. I'm sure a lot of people could send that in to the White House and we'll see, get some popularity for him. Um, actually, with the phone calls that I've had today from my normal friends, normally normies, they asked me about you know, everything that's been going on. I'm like, I honestly don't even care anymore. I used to care. The only thing listen, there's so many people going back and forth, and I was in the chat the other day. Like I just got hit hard with like Odin being diagnosed. I'm like, oh, the inauguration. Like I'm like trying to get it to run on my phone in the car so I can at least listen to it. Did not work. And I get home and I get him settled and comfy, put on the show, and I'm reading the chat and it's they're gonna task saw. Who's this one and who's that one and internet stability fun. Gremlins. Did I freeze up? Eh, I'm gonna sage in a minute. So yeah, I, I could not in my life just even Jason got upset toward the end. He never gets upset like that. He went off at the end of that. Like, I'm like, well, Jason, now welcome to why I don't go in chats much anymore. Um, the things that people were saying, that's not Trump. That's not him. Duh. Do you really think they're gonna put the real one out? Do you think the real one's that stupid? Glitch! Spirit. Okay, is it a good glitch or a bad glitch? Is it spirit glitch? Probably. I mean, Odin just passed. He's not going to have the ability to. I mean, I did call in everybody. Like, everyone. When I crossed him over this morning, I called in the legions. Because I was so pissed. Yeah, mine blacks out too. Um, I was very like weirded out that a lot of what I was trying to put on yesterday, like after the fact, or on Monday. Okay, today is Tuesday. Hello, yesterday. Only love and light may enter my space. All the negativity and negative entities must leave my space right now. Get the fuck out. Calling in my angels, my higher self. Archangel Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Yaphiel, Zadkiel, Sandalphon, Hillel, Samael. Come down and help me, please. Hi, Michael. Calling on my galactic selves to come down and kick some galactic booty, if need be. Um, So I had a bunch of people call me because they were like, "Oh, you could get back pay, Allison, because you didn't take the Jabadoodle and you lost everything." Sure. Go ask the Board of Ed to give me anything for being wrong about like giving me no options and making me have to take a package. So I don't know. I think that's more toward the military than anybody else. I don't think that applies to me. Great if it does, but I really highly doubt that. And I'm just being realistic. Yeah, I should be compensated for having to move and having to lose what my parents earned so much money doing, trying to get their lives together. Like, I mean, all is necessary, but I would love to be compensated. I could use the money to feed myself. Let's hope that that helps the glitchies. Um, so yeah, I'm not about the insanity that's been going on. I told a lot of my normie friends, like, I'm not reading too much into what's going on because it's a movie anyway. And when things present themselves, then we'll know what timeline we all chose. Right. Apparently, the one that had all the expectations of said group did not happen. We didn't see arrests. We didn't see hangings. We didn't see the old guard get ushered out. We didn't see black screens, no EBS. None of those projected things happened. And then you can take an interpretation and take words and twist them as many times as you would like to make it fit your narrative. You can make a lot of things fit to many different things. We've been hearing about this for years, many, many years, that certain things were going to happen. This is going to happen. This number equates to this thing, and that equates to this thing. But we have to remind ourselves that we continuously are jumping in different timelines. And as humanity, we do the same thing as all of us are shifting. So what we thought was going to happen didn't happen anymore because we raised our vibration to another level that thing that we wanted didn't have to happen, if that makes sense. Do I care who's down in Cuba at the spa? No. Why? Does it really affect me? Hi, Taylor. It only affects my life when it affects my way of living. And if said 45 is a through 46, well, then I'm upset with him because, first of all, he's not necessarily running the show the military is, and the military is not doing their job. They took an oath. There's treason all over the fucking place, and not one person has put their fucking foot down to stop it. There's a cog, Ellison. There's a cog. I don't give a fuck. You take an oath. That piece of paper says, thus said words, and I don't care what party is in office. It's not being taken care of properly. And that's deception from the light. False light. Remember that word, false light. They could be white hats, gray hats, this hat, that hat. Doesn't fucking matter. Hi, Roger. Um, so unfortunately, Roger, this morning at 6:45, Odin did pass away. I crossed him over. He transcended. Um, the fluid that they took out of him rapidly got overnight and it hit his lungs and I woke up at 4:45 this morning like and then had to take off of work. Thankfully the kids weren't in and so he's passed on. Um so I do thank everybody for your prayers for Odin and trying to do the best to help me out. I'm thankful that I was able to get him cremated and his ashes should be ready by hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. It fucking sucks. But that's why I'm crafting. I make signs and put it all over. I have to put up a shelf. I have urns all over the cat room. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, I Monday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday were really, really rough. And then finding out that what he has is fatal and like having hope that what they did was going to give him some longevity for a few days and then get him on a treatment. And they did give him stuff at the vet, steroids and anti-inflammatories and everything, but it just wasn't enough. It was too late. Um, he had FIP, which is like the coronavirus mutated. So it's like the common cold that mutated and his immune system went up against it and it wasn't pretty. And Monday the vet gave me some good hope, so I figured I'm going to push and hope that he can push through and do what I can at home to help him. Unfortunately not. So he died on his own accord this morning at 6:45. Listen, that's the stuff that I want people to like be rest assured I'm fine. I it just it in here that he was only 3 years old and it only had him 6 months. That's the only thing that really bothers me because I wish I would have had more time with him and this stuff that does happen, but it's like the third cat in 3 years. Ethan was in June of 23, and that wasn't much longer since I moved in. And then Morgan, of course, that's different. She was 19. Bless her heart, she stayed that long. She had kidney failure. I kept her a whole year, like she was supposed to die before Ethan. She lasted a whole year further than they projected. So I kept her alive and I kept her good for a whole year, longer than they said that she would last. So I'm very blessed that I had her, but she I had to put down like 6 days after my birthday, which was her birthday. 6 days kind of sucks. And now Odin, 2025. Here, bye, Odin. Sucks. But we have to, when it comes to the timelines, we have to realize that we have our personal timelines. Like, so this was a catalyst for some fucked up, demented reason. I yelled at myself this morning. I screamed upstairs and I said, for what the fuck ever it is that I signed up for, I null and void this fucking retarded shit bullshit contract. Don't tell me this is serving me a purpose by everything dying around me, because it does not. I know I can pass them on. I know they have transcended to the light. What more do I need to learn from a death? I'm very compassionate and very heart-centered. And now the water. Like you had a 2-in-1 today. Like I'm really praying that it's not a major pipe underneath my house that is going to cost like as much as the house to fix. I'm praying it's not. Don't know why I don't have water pressure in my house. It was fine this morning. And yes, it is negative 19 degrees. I get it. But Indiana is not a stranger to those temperatures at all. Like I moved here, it was negative 30. My house was fine when I moved in. And the air the like the heat was only on 65. Like I got this baby cranked up to 73. So I don't know what's going on today. I'm like done. Done. So did Zarathustra, Taylor. Um, I mean that's why I did on the Hermit's Journey series with Manly P. Hall and Nisha, because a lot of us are going back into hermitism. And not to say hermitum only means that you're doing more self-inflection, more introspection, you're figuring yourself out. And then going back into society and like unpeeling your layers that no longer serve you. Like you're maturing your language, you're understanding a very bigger picture because we have a microscopic lens when we look at it's only what we're perceiving, but when you take a bigger look at other structures and how everything is unfolding, you then will have a bigger, better idea of the bigger picture, the bigger plan. Um, for thus said, attunements of this world, we all choose our individual timelines and catalysts to put our souls on a path. Yes, I yelled at myself big time. I'm very angry with that thus choice of incarnating and having nothing but death, nothing but loss, and loss in terms of okay, I get all these things have lessons that in the human term, human world, 3D form still fucking sucks. I chose a very fucked up, difficult life. I own it. I do. But my gosh, I need a break. So, like, nothing has played out so far that has sticked. Um, I think the Schumann residence from this morning. Oh, there's my dad. Sorry to, oh, yeah, now my dad says sorry. He's probably shoveling. My dad's like, look, Allison, it's snowing. I get it. Like Albany, Georgia never gets snow. So a lot of Floridians that up north are like, yeah, whatever, we've seen this, been there, done that. Give a Midwest, take your weather back. Yeah, we are in the current of Spike Land. Sorry, I have to tilt it so far down, but you have to see the reds. So we've been spiking. We're getting a lot of downloads and uploads. And that could be me screaming at them, calling in the gamut to take Odin upstairs. Um, I know I called in everything. And I mean I did the same thing for my mother, and it felt like my mother. like his passing, the manner in which he went was very similar to my mom. It freaked me out. I'm healed from my mom, but I'm like, this is too crazy. It feels like my mom's passing. Ooh. It wasn't, that wasn't ideal to watch. My mom's. At Rumsey, nonetheless. Ugh. Yeah, I'm screaming at my higher self. I'm screaming at my angels. I'm like, listen, if he had to go, I'm okay with that. Just like now the water and all this other crap that's compiling on top of compiling on top of like compiling, I'm like over it. I'm done. That's what I need to get back to. Um, so interestingly enough, I had to get on my soapbox for like a comment in WeNotMe yesterday. Um, Strack made a comment about the Melania being a Venusian. And then he's like, no, she's Palladian. I don't know if anybody read that, but here comes Allison. Hi. Bigger truth. Sorry, but no, you're all things. You are fractals of all things. Your pie chart's configured differently from everybody else's. And yeah, Melania can have more Venusian and Palladian than she does Arcturian and Turian and Andromedan. Like we're all shaped and molded differently in our souls, right? Some of us have more pieces of like I honestly have more Anunnaki Syrian DNA. The codes are coming in for me for that. They upstairs, I asked through my medium that passed away what my soul name was because everybody has a soul name. Like Yeshua is Sananda. That's his soul name. I want to know my soul name. All I got was two parts in a meditation, and it was not my soul name because I did not align with it at all. It's Eli Anu. That's Anunnaki. So I don't know. I haven't heard that name in an Anunnaki lore, but I was Eli Anu. Who fucking knows what district, what faction? But we have to remember when we're looking at the galactic prints of our etherical DNA that are unfolding right now, it's going to be different systems that are giving us codes. So the Arcturians do come in and give us codes. There are sixth density selves. You go to Arcturus for sixth density. I mean, you can go other places for sixth density, but most of us choose to go to Arcturus. Fifth density is Venusian. You go to Venus for fifth density. Most souls, not all. I'm not clumping everybody together, but that's usually where we go, or at least visit for a while. These are healing places. These are healing stations. This is learning, like going to school. If you read Urantia, it's one of the mansion worlds. They project it as a world. It's a place to go to learn, and Venus is one of those places, and so is Arcturus. Alpha and Beta Centauri the same. Palladian's the same. All of these places you go and visit to learn and uh, hold your soul a contract in your galactic selves. So we've been all things. I could have been some crazy queen high fuck destroying worlds in one of my Anunnaki lifetimes. They're not, again, polarity, there's good and bad, up to fifth density. And after fifth density, everything is light. So the illusion of duality fades between now and fifth. When we go to six, there is no separation of poles anymore. All is light. And then you look down and you see, well, why are they doing this illusion shit? Oh, they're soul girls. They need to learn it. I had my orange cat name was Taffy. He was my very first cat. And yeah, I love orange cats, but I can go to JQ's house and visit all the orange cats I want. Don't get me wrong, I love orange cats. But my preference is tuxedo. I love tuxedos. Their personalities are amazing. I love black cats. I just stay I got little Thor. And a couple of people asked me, like, why don't you take him in now that Odin's not here? Because I don't know if Odin is sick. Like, Odin was just sick. Even though they said it's not contagious in the way that I think it is, I still don't need little Thor getting sick. And I don't know if little Thor has anything that can be passed to Freya. And Freya, if she was exposed to Odin, if there was a virus, I don't need, I got to keep my eyes on her for a couple of weeks. And then I could see if I can afford to get little Thor to the vet, if he will let me get him in a cage. Yeah. Yeah, tuxedo animals in period, they just have like this mellow, smart ass. Like Morgan was kick ass. She was sassy, she was adorable. She had a really good, calm demeanor. She got sassy, but calm. My orange cat was one of those like waffles. He had a really interesting personality, but he was really cute. Um, I also really like torties. I have an affinity for torties. I never had a tortie myself, but I love JQ's torties. So, um, I'm not out of the realm of adopting another cat, but like right now, financially, I don't have it. Uh, Especially now if something is broken and I don't have water. Because then I'm gonna have to go ask somebody to take a shower at their house because I can't go without showering. Like I have to army shower for tomorrow. I'm not happy about that. Um, like I can't wash my dishes, I can't wash my clothes. Like I'm not a happy camper right now. You guys are funny. Um, I only have little Thor. I thought I've seen another cat, but over the summer it hasn't come back. And then yesterday I have raccoons that like to eat little Thor's food. So eventually I might have to run upstairs really quick to go get the food from the deck. Sorry, I'm not doing much crafting. I'm doing a lot of talking. But I have water, like water jugs I bought today. I'm telling you, I was layered today, like New York cold, wind tunnel cold layered, and that shit went right through me. Like I'm still not used to the Midwest cold. Goodness sakes, this looks like boobies. Boobies! Amy, I'm going to tell you what. Scott sent me some pictures of the cats. They're really freaking damn cute. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. And inside me, like bits and pieces of me are like, damn it, why didn't I just go to Jason's backyard and find a cat to take home? Because Jason attracts a lot. His house is like the cat, like locale. Like they all go to him. It's really funny. Boobies. My heart looks like boobies. Have to laugh at something today. I'm just over it. I'm just praying my pipes did not freeze to the breaking extent that they're just frozen. Because I have heaters on right now. 'Cause I don't like to complain about shit. They are cool when they're fun size. They can be fun. But I know I have a few friends that got the enhancers. I'm like, okay, so what happens when you can't afford to get them replaced every 10 years? Or at least checked on? Or what happens when you get into an accident and they deflate? Like, I don't know how the WWE wrestlers deal with those impacts and how I mean, they're very muscular. They have to lift things and then they got these jugs in the way. I don't know how they do it. I mean, if anybody watches my little Thor videos, like I put like this cat's been in my house. Like he knows I'm not out to like harm him in any way. And he still runs from me when I put the bowls out. And then he knows, oh yeah, she's feeding me. Great. The other night, I went to refresh his water bowl that I have down here on my deck. I have a shelter that's all straw, and under the straw is a heating pad that I have to click on before I go to sleep. Um, and I refresh his water because I have raccoons. And I never seen him in the shelter, but he goes under my deck. And that cat will run away as soon as you hear a crunch. It's odd. I really hope that it's that, Amy, and it's not something broken. I mean, it's a heart for Heartsy. That was Odin's original name before I got him. I had a Heartsy. No. But it's a cute name. Not for him though. Like I have these. That's how I'm gonna brush my teeth in the morning. Fun times. Honestly, that's how I got a lot of viewers and subscribers to my channel. It's not my content with me talking. It's Little Thor. That's how I grew my channel. And TikTok, I was getting some leverage with people. Um, I haven't really gotten. I have like when it went black. I'm like, oh fuck. Thankfully, it came back on because I like put it into an app that I have on my computer. I use Wondershare, and then I'll make my TikTok videos. But I've been getting channeled a shit ton, just not happy with them upstairs. Myself, I should say. Yeah, here's the fun thing. The plumbers here that are contractors charge a fuck ton for something that could possibly be done with minimally $100. I had them come out and fix the shower. It was a big piece that needed to be fixed, and they had to decontaminate the behind the shower because I did have black mold. $1,500 plus. I'm just estimating. That was a big bill that wiped me out. I do the military, get the bits cleaned, the underarms, but I need a shower. Um, yeah. I'm just hoping tomorrow's supposed to be a lot warmer here, uh, that my water comes back unfrozen. That'd be great. I don't want to have to go to a laundromat to do my laundry. See, I did that in New York, Charlene, and I did end up using it before I moved because obviously I couldn't move all that water. And then when I got here, um, I couldn't find water for a good price. Yeah, I mean, I have enough, thankfully, of that. I got the coffee. As long as I can have my coffee, I'm happy in the morning. I only got one really good print. This is the best paw print. I might save that for um I have to order a frame, but that might go there. You see, Amy, that's why I do it. If people were asking me, why do you have a black cat on your channel? Because you never know who is going to watch you. You never know. All right, I'm gonna try this. Try. Hang on. I wanted to write, I'm going to write his name, but I wanted to do it in paint pen. But we'll see how it comes. I'm being so careful. Really? Um, so YouTube has been really funky with because I get to see how many people view my videos and stuff. Um, and it's been really weird. There are some days that like one video will get over 1.7K views, and then the next day it's 27 people that saw it. I don't understand. And I put the same hashtags, like as the hashtags do work. I don't and I can't predict when he's gonna, like tomorrow I have like one I saved from like the other day. Like he's been I mean, obviously it's like below 20. I wasn't even expecting him to come out today, and he did. Um, when I'm going to work, like obviously if he's not there, I can't make a video. A lot of content. Taylor has also been let's just say hidden. I know I found this galactic channel that I posted on my Facebook. And the other day I listened to the first of 4 videos about the Orion Lyran Wars. And what I like about this channel is they're not just taking Ashiana Dean's view, because it's very, very close to being accurate, and that's a perception as well. Because not, not all things people say are exact, and they're just perceptions out of a person or a collective of what happened. It could be viewed from a million different viewpoints of how things were seated here, how things came to be, what timeline are they seeing it in. That's why there is no right or wrong when it comes to um what has been and what has occurred. There's no right or wrong, because if someone is getting a channeled piece of information. It's from the perception of that being or that council of how things went down. But like 5 other councils and 5 other galactics could view it differently or have their biases and their narratives that steered them, and the history will change. And then what timeline are they seeing it in? I'm okay with that, Roger, honestly. I had been upkeeping BitChute, but then uploading videos became very hard on there. So I kind of stopped. The same thing happened with Rumble. My Rumble was connected to my YouTube, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And then one channel, you have to make 2 channels. One is like your main, and then the other one is like when you go to chat. And it would never fix my problem of I'm uploading to this and it would not upload properly to the proper place. Pisses me off. And then it took hours for the video to upload. And it's different from going live than uploading a video. I'm making it hard. I will show you guys in a sec. I had to put another layer down. And then I was going to work for calligraphy here, but no, doing the calligraphy. Odin. I mean, the sad part about YouTube is that it has deleted a lot of people's content. And we don't know what they will be deleting, if they delete anymore. I just take everything in the now moment because that's all I have. I can't worry about what will be tomorrow. Honestly, I sure hope there's a lot of things I hope for. I'm just happy to hear my pipes going because that's my heat. In all honesty, I don't necessarily like the fact that, yeah, certain entities, certain platforms had malicious intent and did certain things, but I'm not feeding that. You know, when everybody was poo-pooing the 23andMe and saying, well, they have your DNA. Well, they've always had your DNA. You had blood tests as a kid, they have your DNA. I found my family because of 23andMe. Okay. If they want to clone me, that's more light beings in the world. I don't think they want that. And I know from upstairs, I was very well hidden because of my purpose. Many of us have been hidden. And my low profile is no longer going to be met. We're making a cow kitten town. Odin was a cow kitty. I mean, I was really hoping that like Truth Social, uh, Parlor was gaining like traction at some point. Um, I never really caught on to the Frank speech thing. And here's the thing, like 90% of my friends are on the other side. They would never ever go on those platforms. So if I put out information, they're not going to receive it. Whereas YouTube is still a neutral space for the most part, used by all beings for that matter, and the youth. That's why I like TikTok. I mean, a lot of people use TikTok, but it's really the kids that I'm targeting with my music that I choose for some of the videos, my divine neutrality videos that I like memes and I put music to. I hope my internet is not slowing down. So yeah, today kind of sucked. I got my tears out of the way. And let me just say this, like a lot of people when my mom died thought I mourned really weird. I'm like, no, because I know where energy goes. Still sucks. I get my emotional release out. I was more angry with my higher selves for choosing this to happen in the way that it did. I mean, if he was meant to die, I get it. But there's a lot, too much death in my life at an early point. Too much. And then I have to think about like, okay, so is there something on my property? Because 3 cats on the same property in 3 years. Um, that's a little fishy too. So I have to look into that and see if there's something here that is doing my kitties in. There's only one you, Miss Amy. There's only one me. The clones will never have all my aspects. Once again, watch Alter Carbon. I have not heard from Viking. I don't know what's going on with him. Whatever. Where's Freya? Hi, Mama. Come here. Sorry if that's loud. Come here. Come say hi. Where'd you go? I have this big chair. Come here. Hi. Here she comes. Come here. Hi. Everybody's so sorry you lost your daddy. Come here. Come on. Ah! What can I entice you with? Come here. You like to play. Come get it. Say hi. Come get it. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. All right, Kat, you're coming here. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Hello. She's like, Mama, what are you doing exposing me for? Ah! Bum 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 bum. Attack of the Cow Kitty. She's like, put me down, Mama. Could be. Totally could be. Totally could be. I just know I'm keeping her on a why I mean I've always watched my cats, obviously. I'm always with them, but I'm being like more intuitive with them. Like she's more yappy more than ever recently. Right, Miss Yappy? And I knew she knew he was going too, because she's been very yacky. She's been yapping up a lot. And what's crazy is all three of my boys, my male cats, died before the female did. I mean, Morgan was my only female cat up until Freya. Girls are prissy. I like male cats over female cats, but I mean, I love all cats. But the male cat personality is hysterical. They're funny. And they could be a macho man when they need to be. How kitty. I'm just looking compositionally. I'm gonna put in a little whoopie-doo down here. She is precious. I don't know about that, Roger. I had cucumber. I mean, I grew cucumbers. I mean, I don't like to freak my cats out because I already had a cat that had a heart attack in front of me. No thanks. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, I mean, I prefer any cat. Doesn't matter the gender. I have to, honestly, they have to speak to my soul in order for me to be able to bond with them. Like JQ's kitties. Um, I have some favorites. um, Delta is one of my faves. Sparty and Butterscotch are my faves. Um, Tanky's a daddy's boy. I love QQ, Pirate Q. And not all cats are perfect. As much as I want to say that, all of them are. There are some cats that are just pure horrors. I've seen it for myself. Um, I mean, it's up to your disposition and how you treat an animal of how they're going to treat you back, and everybody in the house that treats an animal properly really helps their disposition, but sometimes they're born with like evil dispositions. I've seen such action in life and it sucks. It really does. um I'm just looking through my Facebook to get some photos of Odin. So I'm gonna have to crop and resize. Because what I do with these frames is I'll take pictures and I'll laminate them so they don't get ruined. And I put them on the frame. And I also I have to order it another frame, even though I didn't get his paw print. I got these. I'm probably gonna add one over here too. But I make like a little thing, and then I have upstairs for all the cats that I've had a big paw print, and I have to get a picture of my old cat Taffy and Ethan to print out, and they're gonna go in the paw print, and then Odin, and then Freya. Then I'm gonna have to start a new print. We'll see. I'm like kind of I gotta figure out like what it is with cats and like dying around me. Like obviously, yes, they get sick and that's a part of life, but there's something up. I don't like the vibe. Don't like it, don't want it. And I can't put my finger on it. And I don't know if like maybe I'm cursed. Could very well be some past life could have done that. I mean, honestly, like if I had Waffles the cat, I'd be miserable. That cat does nothing but like complain. My pathetic poor baby. No, get me off of that Facebook. God consciousness, God is the source of creation itself. It, not he or she, it is not independent of you. It is the totality of everything. What the F was that? So when I call myself God, I am not talking about my personal self. I'm talking about the expression of the God self that that rests inside of me. The verb, the energy, not the noun. Once you think God is a noun, person, place, or thing, you separate yourself from it and immediately become a limited being. That's what separates the believers, religious, from the knowers, spiritual. Truth. One of mine. I copied this from yesterday too. Hang on. God, I need glasses. Fucking age, man. In the journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth, achieving spiritual balance is paramount. It serves the foundation for personal development and the understanding that we are not just mere individuals navigating through life, but conscious beings with immense potential to manifest our realities. Central to this process is the need to shift our perspectives, release disempowering beliefs, and dissolve the ego and illusions that distance us from knowing our true selves and the power we inherently possess. Spiritual balance refers to the harmony between the physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual aspect of our existence. It involves recognizing the interconnectedness of these elements and nurturing them to achieve overall well-being. Many individuals find themselves caught in a cycle of dissatisfaction and discontent, often because they prioritize one aspect over others, or allow external circumstances to dictate their emotional and spiritual states. By cultivating balance, we empower ourselves to respond to life's challenges with grace and resilience. Achieving spiritual balance requires introspection and mindfulness. It compels us to explore our beliefs, values, and attitudes critically. Many of these beliefs may stem from societal norms, cultural upbringings, or personal experiences that reinforce limiting narratives about ourselves and our capabilities. These disempowering beliefs create barriers that hinder our spiritual growth and prevent us from reaching higher frequencies of consciousness. Changing our perspective is a powerful tool for transformation and empowers us to step outside our comfort zones and view situations from different angles. For example, when faced with adversity, instead of viewing it as a setback, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. This shift in mindset not only alleviates negative emotions, but also raises our vibrational frequency. High frequency thoughts and emotions such as love, gratitude, and compassion are far more powerful than low frequency counterparts, which includes fear, anger, and despair. Hi, hair care. Okay, so when it comes to like where I am in this process, because I am practicing divine neutrality, non-duality, even Bashar, he says very similar things, but in the aspect of being a human in a human form, this is the harder things to master Like confronting myself this morning and saying, why the fuck would I choose to lose my cat this way? Like, why did I choose a demented time like that? Like, what is this lesson teaching me? Okay, to keep repeating death? I don't know, right? It's coming into, okay, I have changed my mindset because old me would have fucking thrown my house up and down and it kicked and screamed and would have been screaming and cursing at the vet for not doing more. Okay, this self is like, okay, it is what it is. He's transcended. I helped him transcend. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. Great. But in the bigger picture, how does this serve me? And now not having water, like I need a shower. Gosh, why? So moving forward, the process of shifting perspectives often requires courage and vulnerability. It demands that we confront uncomfortable truths and challenge the status quo of our thinking. Great. More lessons. Engaging in practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection can facilitate this transformation. These practices foster a deeper connection to our inner selves and help us in our clarity. Hang on, guys. 2 seconds. Wow. Someone called. Ooh, interesting. Hi, Kurt. Yeah. Sorry about that. That was Viking. I haven't heard from him since last weekend. Ah, fucktards. Here's my judgment. Smack myself. Central to achieving spiritual balance is the release of disempowering beliefs and ideologies. These are mental constructs that dictate how we perceive ourselves and capabilities. They commonly manifest as self-doubt, fear, or failure, or the belief that we are not worthy of success or happiness. By defining and acknowledging these beliefs, we take the first step towards dismantling them. Now, this has been a very difficult process for me personally, um, because it's so deep in programming and shedding the program little by little. You can't just like demolish the program that you were brought up with, that people projected shit at you. Because at a very young age, like people called me freak, you're a freak, you're a whore, you're a this, you're a that. And I just take that in pride and go, oh, thank you. That's how you think about me? Great. People called me Satanist, all kinds of crazy shit. So I don't really care what people call me. But the inner knowings that success means something different to me than it does most people. Um, and if you would look at my life in a total sense, in like generalization of like finances, not having found a husband, not having kids, never really making enough. I live paycheck to paycheck, always have been. Uh, yeah, then I would be saying that, yeah, I can have disempowering beliefs because I work my ass off and haven't really gotten the fruits of my labor in a generalized norm sense. But what I do every day makes me happy. And I think that's what we should all be striving to do is what really in the end makes you happy. I love coming on here and talking and reading books and just making a memorial piece for my Odin, which I have to go through pictures, and send to myself. Uh, so sure, this is the stuff that even a person just starting out on their journey is going to have a hard time with. It's like yes, we need to dismantle all of that, but we have to see in human form, not my spiritual self. My human form has to see some tangible result to move forward. Yes, certain things make me happy, but if those certain things are not paying the bills, and I don't like to label things this way because I would hope that we move into a destination or a timeline that we don't need paychecks anymore, but that is not in the now moment, right? That's not now. I said this yesterday on the video with Odin, and I'm going to repeat it. It's very, very useful tool because there's a lot of you now on. Hi, beautiful souls. The inauguration, I said it a little earlier, everybody was having expectations that was narrative driven, steered in their minds. JFK, he's coming out, he's Vance, he's this, he's that person, someone has a mask on. Oh, the military, they're not dressed right, the hat's off, this is that. Yeah, everything is coded. Okay, but does that mean the EBS went off? Did it go off? Did we have a blackout? Did anybody reveal themselves? Did anybody get arrested on camera for the world to see? No. No. Are things playing out? Sure. I'm not saying it's not. Right, but the way you've been projected at by other people with their theories has not played out. Stop having expectations about other people's words. Go within. I don't listen to those people anymore. And it's not even about getting dates. Time is an illusion, so are calendars. It's all an illusion. There's multiple millions of timelines we shift in every second. Collectively, we shift in a major one. And yes, Roger, they are merging slowly. But we're moving up in timelines. So what the world needed 5 years ago that was being projected by everybody doing this didn't come because we shifted in higher frequencies. We have to, even in our everyday lives, I don't expect anything from anybody besides love and light. Like it made me cry when it really does. It brings me to tears when people do nice things for me. I'm not used to it. But I don't expect it because I'm humble. I don't expect any energy exchange because I love doing for people. I'm that kind of person. Um, the generosity of people is insane, especially when it came to the cat. That hit here, but I don't have expectations. Like, I'm not saying, oh, this person's going to give me like $5,000 today because I said they will. That's not good. So having an expectation in the political arena of this is going to happen because, oh, those rafters there are that's to be everybody's hanging. It didn't happen. Stop putting expectations. That's what makes manifestation not manifest. Is when you project how things are looking and how it's supposed to look for you. That's not how it works. So once you can learn how manifestation actually works and letting concepts and things go and like getting it out of your brain, you're giving a radio wave to the universe saying, this is what I would like. This is what I would want. And the universe is going to take that radio wave and work on it for you. It might not show up until the right waveform hits back, but you don't know the timing of things. You don't know how it's going to look. Like if I ask for a husband, I want a husband with a family. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what color the guy is going to be. If he's taller, shorter, fat, skinny, older, younger. I am not putting expectations of what that looks like. A family can be in any dynamic. I have standards, of course. The universe knows my standards, but I didn't have expectations. I just put it in the universe and then and Viking rang my doorbell. I'm not happy with him right now at all. Milfinger. And I hope you're watching. Upset with you. But then everybody goes through their own shit. But at the end of the day, I don't have expectations on how things show up, how they're going to show up for me. I have faith in the universe that things are going to work out to the way they're going to work out because it's divine orchestrated. I wrote it and I just have to merge with the timeline for the better result. The result is always going to show up. It's depending on what timeline that result shows up on. And I think humanity can take a big lesson out of what happened this weekend and will continue to occur in the next year. That you can't expect things to play out because that had a plan and it said so. Because each one of the people that are perceiving and decoding is perceiving things and taking words and taking concepts differently. I mean, you saw that debate. If you were watching WeNotMe, Strack talked about Morse code. And Jason was like, hell fucking no. No. But that's how Strack perceives that. Okay. And he's allowed to perceive the way he wants to perceive it. And Jason's allowed to perceive it the way he perceives it. And other people that decode that said group are going to decode differently. Oh, thank you, Kurt. Well, unfortunately, Odin is passed. I'm sure you saw that on my YouTube post. I put it in the community tab. Frey is fine. Enjoy dinner. Because I don't have water and I couldn't wash my dishes, I was gonna have hamburgers. That ended up not happening. I had to do microwave. Fun times. And I honestly wasn't that hungry today. So I just heated stuff up. I mean, can anybody blame me? The kind of crap I had to go through today. Crap. I'm still trying to figure out what else to do. I want to paint the bottoms over here. But I have that. I have said paw print. I'm looking through, I have to look through pictures to print out. And then I cut them up and I laminate them and then I'll stick them on there and then I'll stick it up on my wall and then I'll take a picture of the cat memorial room. It's messed up. Very messed up. There so my other thinking was using like the inside of this, but I didn't like, I had like a lot of toys and stuff that reminded me of Morgan. I didn't really have much for Odin. So I don't know what to do. It sucks. Also, cosmic butterflies. Don't ask me. I had a whole different vision. It came out the way it did. I kind of like it, but it didn't come out the way I envisioned it. Um, Today's the 21st. So, okay, let me look at my calendar. I said I was going to look for pictures and then I get myself sidetracked. Um, I'm going to see. 7th. Have a good night, Charlene. Yes, tough love is that's what I dish out all the time, and it sucks. But I have to do it. That's just me. Be safe, Charlene. And anybody down south that it's snowing, my dad keeps sending me pictures of his lawn. I'm like, I I live in the snow. It's fine. Sorry that you have snow down there. But please be safe if you're down south and you're being affected by the snow and the ice and the rain and all that stuff. I know New Orleans got a blizzard warning and there was blizzard conditions out in New Orleans that never ever see snow. They got 10 inches. So if you're in the path of that, please down there be safe because not many people, unless you lived up north, know how to drive in snow. And then you really can't predict other people who they might think they can drive in snow and really can't. So just please be careful down there. I don't like to drive in snow. I'm used to driving in snow. My car sucks, so I won't drive it to be nice to everybody. But just be safe. So I want to say Friday, February 7th. I don't have a pen with me, but I'm going to keep that in my head. I will be doing the next giveaway raffle. And I should that by then have like a few more paintings to choose from. So my raffle will be, of course, all the members get free entries and people who have donated to me to help Odin will get an automatic donation, like entry into it, because that's what I like to do. But the winner will get to choose which paint and sip painting they like. The only one that's not up for grabs is Odin and Freya in the woods. That I'm keeping. I don't mind going outside without my cleats on and having fun. My internet's unstable again. Buckshot's like, yeah, that's right, Roger. Fire. Purify, purify, purify. Anything that is keeping the gremlins away, please keep continuing the gremlins keeping them away. Anywho, um, stop having expectations. Um, so the next giveaway raffle will be like the same, but you get to choose. Uh, Anybody have any suggestions for the next paint and sip? Let me know. I might do a cottage. That needs to be in the forefront. That's awesome, Mimi. Thank you. I'm glad you like my candles. I put a lot of work in my candles. Um, yeah, and whoever I'm gonna do 3 drawings. So, if you don't want a painting, I have other things. Um, I like to give back to people who help me. And I'd like to, of course, I see myself on the YouTubes and it's slow. I purify my space with the love and light of the one infinite creator. Anything negative affecting my internet needs to leave. Oh, Ishmael. Hopefully we get you a winter chicken dinner. On Monday, the 27th, is Freya's birthday. I'm calling the Archangel Collective that oversees my soul to come down and clear the internet connective issues via gremlins, because I can feel that. Please, thank you. That's awesome, Amy. Some people just get my candles because they have gems on them. And then some people don't like the gems, and I make mason jars, the really small ones. I'll put like leftover like candle wax that can't fit into the jars that I use, and I'll make those without the gems, but I'll put the black salt in it. Yeah, I like literally put sage, like physical sage in the wax. and let it simmer. Actual rosemary, when I'm making the rosemary lavender, the mint, all from my garden. I only have rosemary right now and sage from my garden. The mint did not come out that well this year. Like my other plants did not really thrive. Stupid drought. Okay, I hear water swishing, which is good. That's my heat. Okay, hang on. So furthermore, understanding that many of our beliefs are inherited or socially constructed can diminish their power. By questioning the validity of these beliefs and replacing them with empowering alternatives, we reclaim our agency. Engaging with like-minded individuals and communities can create a supportive environment for this process, providing encouragement and reinforcing new perspectives. The ego often stands as a barrier to spiritual growth and self-awareness. It is the part of us that identifies with our thoughts, emotions, and societal roles, often leading to a sense of separation from others and the universe. This sense of separation fosters competition, resentment, and fear, which ultimately detracts from our spiritual balance. To dissolve the ego, we must cultivate awareness of our thoughts and emotions without attachment. That's what I went through. Mindfulness practices encourage us to observe our internal experiences rather than being consumed by them. By recognizing that our thoughts are not our identities, we can create space for deeper understanding and acceptance. Acceptance of our true selves, a self that is interconnected with all existence, can shift our focus from individualistic achievements to collective well-being. Absolutely. As we embark on the journey of accepting and achieving spiritual balance, transforming our perspectives and letting go of disempowering beliefs, we uncover the true power that lies within. This power is the essence of our being, our ability to create, love, and connect with others at a profound level. It is the realization that we are not just passive observers in our lives, but active participants with the capability to shape our destinies. This is from Joseph Keel. Hi, Kim. So why I read that is that's like the beginning acceptance steps to the divine neutral aspect of life. This is not an easy feat for anybody to take. I'm still not a master at it, and I don't think I'll be in this lifetime. But what I started doing is objectively listening to information without allowing it to seep into my mind, rent space, and then become obsessive over it. When I'm looking at the chat from yesterday, I have a tickle in my throat. It's not this. The obsession that you have to be right, like this, that's ego. Like, oh, this has to happen because thus thing said so. That's not how reality creation works. And not everybody's on this way, this thing behind me on that wavelength. There's a lot of people who are opened up and spiritual that never even heard of that or looked into it, doesn't even care about it. Still wants unity consciousness and everybody to be amazing. Once you stop defining other people and just do you, a lot starts making sense. When we're fighting in a chat over who's right or who's wrong and whose theory is this, and go watch this channel because they're going to tell you the goodies, or this person's tarot cards are going to predict nothing because it hasn't done nothing. Oh, well, that person picked up on a timeline and they said this happened and it did happen. Okay, not exactly the way they specifically said it. Anybody could do that. And a lot of people can read energy and say, well, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a great day because I said it's going to be great. Right? Like I woke up today with positivity that Odin was going to be alive. Like I was putting the energy out there and really fucking harnessing it that I was going to save this cat. Come to wake up that he's dying and that I had to cross him over. Plan altered. That was my reality this morning. Like I put so much emphasis and energy on, okay, he's going to be okay. He's going to live. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to get him good. Right? Like I just don't preemptively ask people for money. That's never a thing for me. I was very transparent in my yesterday's video. Like, here's the bills. This is what it's looking like. I'm not here to take, I'm not a grifter. You know, like very transparent. I don't like when there's inauthentic people in this world. Like I'm very authentic and I'm very honest. Um, so be it as it is, I wanted to save this cat so bad. It didn't come out that way. Again, don't have expectations of how things are going to play out. I didn't. I was realistic. I knew that any day he could go. But I put the energy out there that I wanted a different result. It didn't happen, and that's okay. It was his time. I got to be the one to cross him over. But take that scenario and then apply it to everything else in life. We put too much emphasis on stories. We got to clear out these stories. The stories are old stories. We don't need them anymore. We have to play them out so that they and the credits roll and it ends. Cut. And then you could go to the TV and pick a new series to watch. But this time we're the ones creating that new series together in the now moment. If that makes sense. I just ask people to open their and expand their minds. If that's the only thing I can ask for anybody to take away from anything that I say, anything that I read, is to just open up your mind. I'm not expecting people to be on Allison's bandwagon because my reality is none of yours. How I feel, how I express is not the way any of you express or feel. We have similarities, absolutely, sure. But your experience is unique to you. That's why all of us are important in the grander scheme of things. Roger, it's hard on some days, and that's the human experience, right? But I'm a logical person. I'm rational. As much as I am an abstract thinking mind, you got to realize that you got to see what's in front of you and look at it at every angle to say, okay, like there is potential, like for Odin, taking him, for instance, there's every potential that he can make a turnaround. But not knowing the disease and it being rare and not many cats get it at his age and get it at all, you got to take on faith that things are going to play out the way they do and positive, but they didn't. But I wake up every day saying, okay, how can I make this day the best day ever? How can I attract better? How can I alchemize the negativity that is concurrently always occurring around me and transmute it? Today, I just had a vent to myself upstairs, yell at them and say, okay, like I've been asking upstairs for clarity on what the fuck am I keep having to hit rock bottom for, and I'm not seeing the lesson. Like apparently things repeat when you're not learning something. But that's some things when you're asking spirit, your higher self, for clarity and it doesn't come, it gets frustrating because I don't want to have to repeat. I want to be able to give to people. I like to be the giver. I like to be that person that saves someone's day, and not out of an ego sense, out of I'm a giver. I've been always that way. I'm a doer. I'm always trying to help, as wherever I can fit help in, that's where I'm at. That's just my personality. I don't ask for anything back. Never have. It's just like a hit rock bottom and everything is about to be like diminished, but why? What am I not learning? What am I not seeing? What in the picture of my expanded thinking did I miss? And I don't know. Still haven't gotten the answer. Have a good one, Roger. Thank you for coming. Yes, I'll be here Friday. Um, so this is the only craft I made today. Moo cow, kitty cat, Odin. I have to print pictures out. So I have to go through my phone to see what pictures I want. Um, I didn't have a frame. I was gonna do the frame thing too. I might also do that Friday. We'll see. I don't know when his ashes. Usually, I mean, Morgan's ashes was the next day. Ethan took 2 days. I don't know. And weather here, I hope tomorrow is not raining or snowing. I can't. It's not far from me, but it's far enough. It's a drive to get to the vet. Um, crossing fingers, crossing fingers that I can get there safely and back. Um, so yeah, Freya is, she gave her a little appearance and her cute little meows. Uh, what can I say? It's gonna be getting used to again having just one baby in the house and making sure she's thriving. Hopefully, when money is not so tight, I can see if I can capture little Thor and get him to come inside. Um, but in order for me to do that, he needs to go to the vet immediately after me capturing him, because I don't know if he has anything wrong with him. He could be FIV positive. He can have parasites. Even if, when you adopt, they're vaccinated. Um, I still don't want Freya to get sick. Like, I can't lose any other cats right now. So that's where I'm at with the kitties. Um, and also can't afford to adopt another cat. They're expensive. They're expensive. Adoption through the cat cafe, which they're amazing and I love supporting them. So that's where I would go again. And they work with the rescue. So it's not uh that money that I'm donating, it's like a donation, that's going to help other cats thrive. So I don't mind the donation. I just can't afford to give another donation. Um, Sucks. Stinky, stinky. And for the life of me, still getting nonstop people sending me stuff that are 5 years old, and I don't need. Why are you wasting energy? If you send me stuff, unless it's good, give me the spiritual stuff, baby. I don't I don't care. Oh, she looked like Viva from Vendetta. Whoa. So please explain to me, what does that mean? I watched the movie. Do you see how people are like so attached to an outcome that never happens? Everybody's like, the golden age, Nasera. Whoa. I'm not debating if it's going to happen or not. If it does, great. I could use it right now. Just like well, if you got fired and you this, that, and the other thing, you can get back pay. Okay, like I don't think the DOE of New York is paying me anything. I would love restitution and pain and suffering for your crap. Love that. Would love that. Love it. Love something. Would love that. But do you really think that's going to happen? I'll wait. I have, I'm optimistic to a point, but I'm logical too. Like the IRS has taken a fuck ton of money that was supposed to be given to me from my mother's death, and they took it. So please explain all that to me, because I don't see it happening. Like I waited to take any loan out or do anything with an equity loan or a consolidation or any kind of loan because I was waiting for the interest rates to drop or things to change in the economy before I fuck myself into a hole I can't dig myself out of, if that makes sense. I don't work a salary job right now, so I don't have steady income. When I don't work, I don't get paid. Today, I was able to take like one of my days. I don't get many, but today I'm like, hi, like obviously the kids are not in. I have a dying cat I got to take care of. Like, I asked for them to take one of my days. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten paid today. You don't work, you don't get paid. So for me, the last two checks have been fucked because I didn't work for 2 weeks in December. So this is like where I'm at. And if I take an equity loan out and that doesn't get paid and everything else, I lose my house. It goes into foreclosure. I paid my house like in cash. It's fully paid. If I had to take a loan out against it, that means I'm now going to fuck myself over if I can't pay it back. I don't know, Buckshot. I mean, I don't know if that necessarily, there has to be a real good meaning for his passing. I mean, it could be a test to see how I reacted to it, as that would suck too. That's why I was screaming at myself, yelling upstairs. Like, my perspective on death is they transcend. I mean, like I said in my video yesterday, I'm okay that he's not, yeah, obviously I'm not happy he's not here. But if that was his means of being here with me for 6 months because he just needed me to help him pass on, great. I'm not arguing that, but like, fuck. And now my water isn't on, my water pressure isn't like good. I don't have water. I'm just happy I have Freya right now and that she's fine for now. I mean, it's also, it could be a test to see how many people like would step up to help me. I'm just thinking like outside of that box. Um, I don't know. A lot of things are tests and they don't need to be significant tests to be tests. Um, but yeah, I don't know why he would choose that. In the manner, it was just like my mother. I was brought back to that. My mom's passing was very similar to Odin's passing. And I mean, I'm glad I'm like de-traumatized from that and went through it already, because today was traumatic. Like, what I had to witness was very traumatic if you're not used to death. And it gets worse because it's an animal who can't talk to you and tell you like, fucking bitch, take me to the vet. That's why it sucks more with animals than humans, because humans, for the most part, not everybody, can tell you how they feel or give you signs like, I'm cold, or, you know, they could give you some signs. Animals can't talk to tell you, like, yeah, I'm cold, bitch. I have a fever, asshole. Like, get me help now. Like, cats don't do that. Cats go crawl in a ball and they sleep all day and they don't really tell you that they're not feeling good. You have to guess. Oh, I have in one of my shorts in the wee beginning, I have Ethan using one of my cat light up balls, answering questions with Morgan. I have one of those videos on a short I posted a long time ago. For me, the harder part is the whys and the why I chose this timeline. Like, I'm beating myself up right now. I shouldn't, because I chose it, but why did I choose this timeline? Why didn't I choose something that could have prolonged him, even though if it was an eventual death? Like, yeah, he spared me a lot of bills. He spared me the stress of like having to figure it out. I'm thankful for that. But at the same time, like, I would have rather stuck myself in a very fucking shitty circumstances financially, but have my cat, right? That's what Viking is for me. He's a test. He exhibits both my parents' behaviors. The girls are me, both aspects. They're tests, 100%. And I know that I healed myself because my reactions to them are night and day compared to what I was and now what I am. Very cognizant of that. And that's most people who you cross. There's always somebody in that's in your life that's going to test you in that sort of way, where they remind you of somebody that you loved or that raised you or took care of you, and they're exhibiting behavior from that other person, and it's a test to see if you healed. Um, when I ask upstairs for clarity, like, why am I in this rock bottom? Why is all this happening? Like throwing up on me, literally. I don't get any answers. And there are points in your spiritual journey you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. And that's the fucking bitch about it. Sometimes you have to figure it out. They're not going to give you signs. But with all the galactic codes and the incomings of energies, and I showed you before, the Schumann is spiking again. Do I really all need this stress? No, I don't. But I'm glad that at least I'm putting it out there here on a video for people to see so that you know that you're not alone. That it doesn't matter how you think I am in higher. A lot of people always equate me to being on a higher scale of information and knowledge they don't understand yet. That's fine. But I'm not a master. I don't wear a Buddhist monk in a robe and claim anything. I'm a human just like everybody else having a human experience. And the more of us who talk about our process, how things are, being honest about it, not giving a la-di-da fucking half truth. And oh yeah, I did this method and it worked. And yay, go spend $100 over here and get it. No, you could and it could work, but I'm giving it to you guys raw because this is real. I'm not sugarcoating anything. This process is not an easy process, and I'm still going through it myself. So there is no achieving enlightenment without the pain and suffering, and it's a choice to choose the pain and suffering. I'm now choosing not to experience pain, but my effing this. Like something has to give. And I think a lot of people are at that precipice point of like something has to give for you. Like most people here, something has to give because we're tired. Work our asses off. Most of everybody here works their ass off. And it doesn't matter if you're retired, you worked your ass off, right? And it just seems like, and it's not the enough scenario, like we don't have enough, but society is testing us with the prices, the inflation, the economy. And at what point does it stop? Most of us collectively put our fucking foot down and said, this has to stop. Like people that voted for the other side, I say to them, well, would you like to give me some gas money? Because that's your dude's doing. And if you love that person so much, you have extra money, give it to me because I can't afford to put gas in my car. Do you want to go buy me groceries? Please explain to me how you can afford it because your guy's in office and I can't afford nothing. Seriously? Nothing. That's the goal, hair care. I I do this because at some point, any one of us, any one of you guys could have something happen. I People can get sick. People can lose something. And if we all collectively could come together, like the privately people helped me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to cremate him or pay for the vet bill, which was not, I showed everybody, it was almost $500 the other day. I don't have that kind of money. I can't even pay my bills this month. I wasn't asking for my bills to be paid, you know. But I got to get Odin to the vet. So what did I do? I took him to the vet and I just put it into the universe. I've been I've been listening to Brian Scott's money financial activations, and that's nothing more than putting the right people into my purview, asking the universe to put the right people, the right circumstances out into my universe so that I can receive the help that I need. I'm not asking to win the lotto. I'm not asking for a miracle in a money tree. Like, I just want to be able to be comfortable. And I think that's all of us collectively, that's all we want. I don't think any of I like a Tesla truck came into the school's parking lot the other day to drop off one of the kids. I would love to know what job you have, honey, because I don't like the look of the Tesla truck, but holy shit, that's awesome. Hmm. Absolutely, Ashmai, and I'm hoping more and more people start reflecting inside and taking the best steps possible. And it doesn't need to be me that does that, but really starts doing the self-work. A lot of people have this expectation, like I said earlier, with the politics. The narrative has been steered that certain things are going to happen and then they don't happen. And then the blame and the judgment goes onto those people that made those predictions. Why are you not going inside yourself to say, well, that's not how I feel about that? And you can hold that in your head. You can have that opinion. You can have that perspective. If that's how they see things happening, great. But it's not how I see things happening. Do you really think, in all honesty, that someone was going to throw a mask off the other day during the ceremony, or hats, color hats? Like, people overanalyze everything, and some things really just don't have a meaning. I'm not saying that nothing had meaning yesterday. A lot did, but what everybody was told never occurred because you put too much expectation on it evolving, and that's not how things manifest. You have to apply that to your life. I stopped having expectations. Like, I have hopes and dreams of fulfilling and having a big community that I can do crafts, private craft and paint and sips with friends and people and just laugh and talk and do some artwork. I have aspirations in this world, spiritual ones, and it's doing this, but getting enough in return to make a living off of it. And that's hard in the now time moment. Even though time's an illusion. But for this now moment, in this timeline, in this delineation of space, people are just not there yet. And it's reflective in the chat from yesterday and the day before. People have too much expectations for other people's perspectives without going in and doing their own perspective. People are still not thinking for themselves, and it doesn't matter what side it's projected on. CNN syndrome happens on both sides. People are going so deep into meaning, it doesn't make a meaning happen any more than it is just hearsay. We got to be logical and rational amongst being abstract. We're still in 3D. We have, most of us are 5 and 6D consciousness. We're on the high wavelength of thinking, and we're watching the other people on the lower spectrums still hate the other selves, still not seeing the bigger picture, still separating and limiting. 45, 47 is not my savior. I'm glad that he's in. Makes me happy that there are going to be things that are going to change, and that, we need to change to see what we prefer over what we don't. But I know that I did not prefer that last administration and the bullshit that came with it. And that's just my perspective and my opinion. Take it as it is. Divine neutrality is looking at both sides and stop judging your other self. It doesn't matter what Melania is starseed wise. She's like me. Why does she hold more importance than anybody else? We're all one. Why does 47 hold more importance than anybody else? Most of us are from Yeshua's bloodline. That doesn't even make it, it's a great thing. It's a burden of responsibility. Once you find out what you really are in essence, in your soul essence, it's a burden. It's a responsibility. You have to walk the walk and talk the talk. It's not just fulfilling your ego to say, oh, I'm from the Archangel Collective, la-di-da. No, it comes with a great responsibility to hold yourself to your own standards and walk your shit. And not just talk about it, you got to do it. It isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. It absolutely isn't easy. Sorry, guys, I got a beep beep. This has been like all day. I love people. But anything that causes you fear, eliminate from your ears. Objectively listen, don't take it in. Block it. The stuff that people send me, and I know a couple of you know, because you also get messages from people, because those people think you're going to delay and relay the messages to Dina and JQ, or to Strack, or to Jack, or to Janine, or to the Time Is Now podcast. No. Sorry. Hi, Ivy. I can't even comment. What people send me. I can't comment. Ivy, do you have water pressure where you are? Because my water pressure went bye-bye. I don't have water. The first time over here. Um, I know it's brick as balls. Oh, I gotta get my button for a Friday. Brick as balls is my term. I have a button for that. Okay, it's -16. Brick as balls. New York terms. Um, okay, so my water pressure is not it's normal that it's not on. Um, I made this for Odin for his memory wall piece for the cat room. I have to print pictures out and laminate it, and my laminator's right there. But I'm gonna put his little kitty paw print and then put some pictures. Um, I'm thinking about doing a poem like Morgan's. I have this huge poem. Um, yeah, I was out in that at I left my house at 7:45 this morning because I had to de-ice and then I had to warm up my car and that took 10-15 minutes because my car sucks and it's old. Um, by the time I got to the vet and got out in Crown Point, the wind was bananas. I was shocked my car started. Oh, Ivy, Odin, I had to transcend Odin into the light this morning. He naturally he passed on his own at 6:45 this morning. Um he's not here anymore. In terms of physicality. I give it 6 weeks for him to heal because he had a short life. And then it'll probably show me signs he's around. I've been here since 4:45 because my cousin, I love you, cousin, had to call me because he wanted to know what was up and if I was okay. Yeah, like the last yesterday, I was nonstop calling different vets, getting different I got care credit. I was researching what was going on with him. I called a bunch of people, spoke to a bunch of people, um, just to get different varied opinions, prices. Uh, People are sending me holistic sites to look at the holistic route. So I was all watching the inauguration, but also like, okay, I got a sick cat on my hand. What am I gonna do? And then took him to the vet yesterday. The vet drained some of the fluid out of him, gave him some, medication, gave him an IV. I was there for 4 hours yesterday. Um, couldn't afford the all day stay because that would have cost me over $1,000. So I said, well, I can do this at home if I need. I have IV in my house. And so I took him home. They're like, yeah, no, if he doesn't eat, give him this. They gave me some stuff to help get him to eat. And then overnight, I woke up at 4:45 in the morning and gasping, seizing, and shallow rapid heart rate, and I'm like, oh God, he's in his death throes. So 6:45, he took his last breath. And I got to transcend him. So I'm glad that I was able to do that for him. That's my gift. I can cross people over. I see it happening, so I know where his soul is. Um, he gets to be human next life, which is exciting. But just sucks that he was so young, and this is my third cat in 3 years that passed. I still have to, maybe in time upstairs will tell me why this had to happen the way it did. And now, like, not having water, I wanted to shower. I wanted to wash things that can't obviously do right now. Because it's negative 19 or whatever it is right now outside. So there's no hanging. Even if I do wash things, I have to do it with water bottles. Like, so yeah, that's my situation. I'm praying my water situation isn't a busted pipe. It's just frozen water, and the heater I have the two heaters I have going on, one upstairs, one downstairs, will help unfreeze. And I have water tomorrow morning at least to flush a toilet. And I'm gonna get off soon because I have to see if Vikings water is on, because I might have to ask favors. Not that I want to. Um, so we'll see. But yeah, so today's craft, which was not, it was just me more talking, but this is gonna go on the wall. I might put a little poem around here and put some pictures of him. And I had these left over from Morgan. It's like a stamp. They could take paw prints. So unfortunately, I took these when he passed. That was uncomfortable, me doing that. Um, so that was my day today. I took off of work. Thankfully, they shut the schools down for kids, but teachers still had and staff had to show up. My principal was very freaking amazing. He's like, oh no, you do what you got to do. We'll make sure that you get paid. We'll take a day from you, but yeah, no, it's okay. You do you, honey. Um, super, super nice staff, and I appreciate that. Not that my New York staff wasn't nice, but less empathetic. So Freya is doing, obviously she came on and had fun for a little bit on the, wanting to get out of my hands. Um, I'm just watching her tentatively. I have a litter box, a new litter box coming hopefully tomorrow with some litter. Um, right now she's relegated to a box with plastic bags and litter on top, because I don't want to chance her getting what Odin got. And Odin, that was rare, very rare, but I don't know, she's a part of him and share some DNA, so I don't want that happening to her. I had work too. I had to text my principal and say, "Hey, my cat's dying. I might have to put him down." He was still alive when I emailed my principal. But I'm like, I can't come in if I have to take him to the vet. I don't know if, you know, I didn't know he was die. I knew he was on his way, but you don't know. So interesting. Schools in Maryville were closed. The staff had to go in because it was still e-learning, But for me, they would have just like I would have just said I'm doing my bulletin board and straightening up my room all day, and they would have let me do that. But my teacher needs to do stuff too, because I do a lot. I, I honestly, after the vet visit yesterday, I was projected to give in a lot of hope because she said if we clear some of the fluid out of him, it might, with all the other medicine that they gave him yesterday, that he could last a couple of days until the treatment came and they ordered it and it was on its way, and it just takes a few days for it to be shipped from Canada. But what she explained to me was, yeah, after giving him all that stuff yesterday, his body, after the fluid was taken out, more fluid built up in him overnight and it gave him chest arrest. Uh, because he couldn't breathe and he had a lot of drool and stuff coming out of his mucus coming out of his body and I was gonna put him down either regardless today. I can't see any animal suffer that way. And it was very reminiscent of my mother. She had pulmonary and cardiac arrest in front of me. So, and heart failure and all that fun crap. So I've been through a lot of death. I'm okay with it. I'm fine. Um, he's transcended. I'm happy I was the one that crossed him over. That makes me happy. I get to do that. That's like an honor to be able to do that for another animal or anybody for that matter. Um, it's just not fun going through it. And then coming home and then having to try to take a nap, but that didn't happen because I had to cancel a bunch of things I had ordered for him in hoping that he was going to live. And then I tried getting to take a shower and that didn't work because the water pressure went bye-bye. Um, then I was trying to figure out who to call to see if there was a water main break, if it's just frozen, the whole area has water pressure issues. It's normal in this weather. Uh, maybe. I don't know. I'm not here long enough to know these things. So yeah. And I don't want to have to call a plumber and spend money I don't have on plumbing. Great. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Um, Crazy day. At least I got one thing done. So I hope that if you have a fur baby or anybody that has passed away, send me your crafts that you memory crafts. I know people do memory books and all kinds of good stuff to celebrate life as we should be. He's just transcended. He'll come back down and he'll be like, "Hey, what's up? Thanks for watching my daughter." But yeah, I'll be adding a lot to this. I'll show you the finished product. Unfortunately, because of the weather, I haven't been able to pour the boxes of epoxy. I can't pour when the weather is wonky like this because the epoxy doesn't cure properly. So I'll get onto that. I will be live on Friday. And since I am working on Friday, probably 5 o'clock, I'll go live. I'll do some oracle cards because I sure damn need them. Energy's wonky today. Energy's been wonky. We're at the precipice of change. Change is here. Claim it. Now we have to merge with the timeline where the change is going to work for us instead of against us. And that's what I'm doing right now. Hope all of you are excited because I know I am. I would love to go back to school for free, get a degree, and get an accreditation of some sort and better my life. Um, that'd be great. So I want to thank everybody for your prayers, for your donations. It really did help. I was able to pay for Odin's visit. I was able to cremate him properly. So I really want to thank everybody who contributed to that. Thank you to everybody who sent me prayers and Odin light and love. Oh yeah, there is a planetary alignment today. That alignment energy is going to start hitting us at different intervals during the week. So it's not just a one day done thing. The energies play out throughout the week and then the energy wanes a little bit. So keep on top of grounding. Um, that's another reason why I really wanted a shower was to ground my energy. Obviously, I can't do that tonight. I'm gonna have to do the military style bath. Um, it is what it is. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna cut it here, guys. I do need to get some sleep because I've been up all day. I'm tired. Um, so make sure that you are grounding. You're not allowing the outside world to dictate to you how to think, feel, or see or project your reality. Stop throwing expectations of how things should play out politically. Stop. You're only going to disappoint yourself, and what you want to manifest isn't going to play out. When you put an expectation on something, it is not going to unfold the way you want it to. So just don't even think about it. Um, February 7th, that's a Friday Night Live. I will be having another raffle, and the winner chicken dinner will get to choose the painting that they resonate with the most, and they will win it, and I will send it to you. And then there will be second and third place prizes. Oh yeah, I know how to get in touch with everybody. um yeah, I got to figure out my water situation. I have work in the morning and I have kids. And I have to call some people back. So that's going to be the rest of my night and wrap myself up. But yeah, February 7th, I'll put the information. I should be able to have more paintings done for the raffle, so there's more of a selection to choose from by then. Um, Obviously, I was going to do another pyramid, but with shipping and everything going on, paintings are a little cheaper to ship at this point in time. Thank you, Amy. Hi, Barbara. So just know, I know Odin Soul's thanking everybody. He did last night. He thanks everybody for the prayers, the love, the light that you sent him and are sending him because he's still receiving it. Um, if you guys have any memorial pieces that you have done, I would love to see them. I'm not the only creative one. Um, I will show you the finished product. I just have to print out pictures. I have to go through my phone and find them. Uh, Only 6 months I had him. But I'm gonna make that look nice, and I might do some more stuff I'll show you guys. Because I've done it for Ethan and Morgan. Um, so yeah. I want to thank everybody, and I really do appreciate everybody who took the time out to help me. Um, it sucks, but it is what it is. We all need to come together, and I hope more and more of us do so, because that the last few days showed that we have a lot of unity going on in not just this community, but in others. So I'm very thankful for all of you. My gratitude to everybody. Yes, Barbara is apple tarts. Thank you for coming. So Friday I'm gonna do oracle cards. They've been spot on, spot on, spot on. Hopefully more things unfold politically that we can unravel. Um, remember to objectively listen to everybody, because I was saying to Dina earlier, I'm like, Jason really stood his ground with Strack with the Morse code, and I'm proud of Jason for doing that, because Jason sometimes doesn't put his boundaries up, and he did. I'm proud of him. And not to say that Strack's perception is wrong, but and no perception is wrong. But like when you're strong in your convictions, you're gonna stand up for your shit. And that was just funny unfolding. Um, please stop allowing other people's stuff to influence you in a negative way. As much as I want certain things to happen because that would benefit humanity, doesn't mean it's going to happen the way it's been projected. No. And the time differentiations, the time dilations, things that have been projected have not come out because we have been raising our consciousness and as a humanity merging with higher timelines. So different things are unfolding. It's not saying that it's not going to happen. It might not happen in the way that it's been projected, because when it was projected down here, it was for down here's timeline, not up here. Have fun. Thank you, Ivy, for coming. I'm gonna wrap it up because it's almost 8 o'clock here, and I'm gonna try to get some sleep by 9. Crossing my fingers. Thank you all so very much for today. Thank you all for your messages, your light, your love. I know Odin appreciates it, as he's a new little angel, kitty cat, cow kitty in heaven. Um, you all mean so much to me, spirit. Um, thank you. Thank you. Because I have hope in humanity. So please, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Here, be the shoulder for another. And many of you were my shoulders the last few days, so thank you. Be the lighthouse for others. Be the GPS signal, because you just being here in high frequency is helping humanity. Seed your truths respectfully and maturely. Rise above. Let them spew. Let them hate. They just know not. And know that all of us together, when we are united and the limitation and separation stops or gets thinner, we'll start seeing better changes in our world. I have faith. So guys, Odin says thank you. This little paw print. And I will take some pictures. I'll show you guys Friday of all the crazy shit that I'm going to do for him because he is worth every honor. And please have a great night, guys. Freya is thanking all of you too. Don't get me wrong. She's happy for now. It's going to take a few days for her to adjust. But thank you all so very much. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And better times are coming, guys. So hang on. I know I am. Till the next time, guys.